We've taken a lot of road trips on this channel, and while they've always been a lot of fun, we're also usually getting absolutely terrible gas mileage.
And there's a good reason for that, because more often than not, the fun and sporty cars that we take on these trips are not built for good fuel economy.
That's a great point, Ben. A keen observation, but we were wondering, would it be possible for us to do the opposite? To find a car that is interesting because it's just that efficient?
Of course, the answer to that is yes, but unfortunately the current crop of modern fuel-efficient vehicles are all garbage, especially when you compare it to the car that we're going to take on our road trip today, which is the most fuel-efficient, most economical car out there, and it was built 20 years ago.
And so we started our search for one of the most unique Hondas made in the last 2 decades. This is no Accord or Civic. What we're looking for is the ultra-efficient and ultra-Spartan hybrid that Honda produced from 2000 to 2006.
To aid in our search, we utilized the services of Autotempest.com, an online car classifieds aggregator, which pulled all the results from sites like Cars.com, TrueCar, eBay Motors, and all the other places we'd otherwise be looking into one page. They also, conveniently, decided to sponsor this video. Next time you find yourself looking for a Honda Insight, or any car really, give them a try and follow them on Instagram to find out about any upcoming video collaborations they've got, like this one. To get you started, we'll put links in the description for searches for some of our favorite cars, and not just 20-year-old hybrids.
Scouring web results from across the country for the perfect candidate, and filtering through a number of typically flaky sellers, we wound up finding the exact car we were looking for only a few hours away in Maryland. It checked all of the boxes: a working battery pack, low mileage, and most importantly, a stick shift.
This is a 2000 Honda Insight, and it might look like a Honda Civic that's been laid out and dried up in the sun, but it's actually one of the coolest cars a Honda has made in a long time.
That's right, because even with the advancements of modern hybrid cars like the Toyota Prius, Chevy Volt, or Hyundai Ioniq, and even the newest iteration of the Insight itself, this baby gets better gas mileage than any of them.
So let's go over some of the awesome features of this car that came out, again, over 20 years ago.
Honda beat Toyota's Prius to the market by 7 months back in 1999, releasing an 1,800-pound two-seater with a drag coefficient of 0.25, the lowest of any car up to that point. It was powered by a fuel-sipping 1-liter 3-cylinder, which produced a powerful 67 horsepower, assisted by a 13-horsepower electric motor.
The combination of that petite power plant, low drag coefficient, and dainty curb weight resulted in the first-gen Insight holding the title of highest EPA fuel economy rating for 15 years straight, 61 miles per gallon city and 70 highway. And of course, this is all with a stick shift.
It might not get your blood pumping like a rip-snorting K-swapped Honda race car, but make no mistake, Honda was just as dedicated to this Insight as they were any other Type R, S2000, or NSX.
This car has electric power steering, and it was an option to have no AC, because AC compressors are heavy and running them robs the engine of power.
Again, there are no back seats in this car. Honda was so dedicated to ensuring that it had the least drag coefficient possible that the body began to taper just after the driver's compartment. And also, your rear wheels aren't turning, so why not cover them up and reduce drag even further?
This car also features something called lean burn mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. The car can, for a short period of time, run at 20-to-1 air-fuel ratio, which means that you can get effectively 100 miles per gallon for minutes at a time.
The Honda Insight is, without a doubt, one of the coolest cars ever made. Honda was laser focused on fuel economy, and for the job that we have in store for it, nothing less will do.
On one of our normal road trips in some of our conventionally cool cars, like let's say the RX-7 road trip we just took, my rotary car was getting about 220 miles to the tank before I would have to stop and fill up. So on a drive from here in Virginia to, say, I don't know, New York City, we would have to stop at least twice in order to comfortably make the drive.
But we're Insight owners now, which means something as mundane as a drive from Virginia to New York City would just be boring. So let's double it. Let's drive from here in Virginia to New York City and back without stopping for gas.
An 800-mile round trip, all on a 10-gallon fuel tank. Not even the good folks at Honda's SUZUKA plant could have anticipated a challenge like this.
The Insight is capable of some incredible fuel economy, but that's assuming everything's working properly. An issue with the tires, tire pressures, spark plugs, or any number of factors could impact our gas mileage and get something as horrendous as 60 miles per gallon, which for us would guarantee failure. Quick valve adjustment to make sure that this thing is running at optimal condition, and also to make sure we don't burn a valve or anything like that.
Some of these are a little bit too tight, some of these are a little bit too loose. So we are definitely improving the efficiency of this engine.
When considering fuel economy on any car, rolling resistance is one of the most important factors, and that is especially true on the Honda Insight. Honda was so granular about eking out every mile per gallon, they specifically engineered a tire just for this car. And these tires are not the tires. These are the tires. This is a Bridgestone RE92 in a 165 width bicycle tire width, essentially. It's been tested significantly over the last 2 decades that this is the only tire to run. Anything other than this tire will effectively lose you 10 miles per gallon. These tires are gonna be absolutely massive when we're trying to get the best fuel economy possible to go to New York.
This engine uses a very thin 0W20 oil, so there's as little drag inside the engine as there is outside the car.
So this is the spark plug that I just pulled out of the car, and this is the spark plug that's supposed to be in the car. These are actually indexed to be pointing the right direction so that the ground strap on the spark plug doesn't block the airflow. So this is gonna point just directly towards the intake runner so it gets the most efficient burn possible, while as this one could have been sitting in there in any direction. Also, it's the wrong length. Dude was wrong, the wrong plugs.
When Honda designed the Insight back in the late 90s, they were extremely meticulous about making sure they had the lowest drag coefficient possible. However, they still had to deal with little bits of drag that come along with making a vehicle for mass consumption, a safe road-going vehicle. These are all things that we, for our short road trip, will not be needing. So let's get started reducing some drag.
What you got there, Ben?
Oh, you know, just a flat bottom.
Ooh, time attack car.
Yeah, this is gonna cover the underside of the engine. There's actually supposed to be some factory plates and stuff here.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Clearly they're missing, but there's a company that makes this all like one piece thing. So this slides up there and then up here.
Man, dude, I don't know who used to own this. How do you drive an Insight without all the stuff?
This is just free efficiency
This
right
is
here.
literally miles per gallon.
Right. That is smooth.
No door.
Yeah.
No mirrors. No wipers.
I have removed basically all of the rear interior. What do we got? What do we got? Dude, this thing is light.
Oh my.
I've never seen a car that light. 1759.
That is crazy.
All right, we've had a reasonably short period of time in which to bring the Insight back up to the standard that it was when it left the factory.
Yeah, and beyond, actually. I mean, we should get over EPA estimate.
Yeah, we've definitely reduced some aerodynamic drag, taken off the wipers, no mirrors, stuff
Yeah,
like
we're gonna need to get over the EPA estimate if we're gonna try to make this trip.
It's a bit ambitious, yeah, but we're gonna have to aim for that lean burn mode, get 100 miles per gallon as much as possible. But I don't know, I'm feeling kind of confident.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it does, yeah.
So now is as good a time as any, I guess, to depart for New York City, here from Virginia. But first, we have one more mod to do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna do it, that's the ticket.
Let's start.
Let's get this show on the road. Fuel efficiency, fuel efficiency, fuel efficiency.
Coast, 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 coast.
Second upshift.
Second gear at 8 miles an hour. We should probably fill up first.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The first and only time we'll be putting fuel in the Insight on this trip. Took 5 gallons. Let's just maximize that. All right. That should be nice and full.
We've got Tanner taping us in, so that should really maximize all the fuel efficiency that we could possibly need. Really get every seam. Those windows aren't going down.
We're gonna die.
Die?
charging right now, going 50 miles an hour. That's pretty cool.
At 47 miles an hour, just maintaining.
Still at 47.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
And I think I found our golden goose.
Cut that air out for us.
He's going 58 and a 70.
Alright, sit rep. We are 83 miles into the trip so far, and needless to say, we're not taking the most efficient route because, well, we've run into a lot of stop signs. Thankfully, the car has auto start stop, and that's helping our fuel economy, but still not as efficient as it could be if we were just cruising. So we're 85 miles into this trip.
Yeah.
And that fuel needle hasn't even moved. It's still full.
It hasn't gone down one tick.
That's incredible.
And it has like 20 ticks on it.
Yeah, we can go 20 times this distance. We might have set this bar too low. We are slightly impeding traffic. A little bit.
No. I think anyone who's upset takes one look at this car and
They know what we're doing.
They know, and they endorse it.
Right, we're saving the planet.
I've had numerous minivans come up, give me a tow. I've had a couple of Dodge Rams come up, give me a little bump draft. Everybody wants to see the Insight accomplish this epic journey.
Oh, it's a hybrid. That's a 5-speed manual, but you don't even need to go further than that.
Right. I mean,
it has VTEC. It's 1,700 pounds. All body. I mean,
it's a race car.
Yeah.
It happens to go incredibly slow. You want to drive?
Sure. What are you at right now? 67?
67.4 miles per gallon. Could
All
be
right.
better.
Yeah.
See what you can do with that.
I'm probably a little bit more willing to draft and be a jerk on the highway.
Yeah. I'm kind of a conscientious sort of
You going
dude.
up, over, or under?
You go over.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm kind of a... Oh, this isn't the first time I've done this in a car before.
Really? Easy. Just need to adjust everything forward and down. We're good.
Best car, right?
So good.
Yeah, so we're coming up on DC. A lot of traffic. Just hugging this right lane because I can't change lanes. Because every time I go to check, it's like, nope, and then I have to turn around, no mirrors.
Yeah, it's like they put mirrors on cars for a reason.
Thankfully, there's a lot of glass on this car, so we can see around a decent bit. But without the horsepower to actually get over, it's quite tough. Also, I am not afraid to be a dick to these people on the road. So I will go as slow as possible on this right lane here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some tailing as soon as I freaking find a semi.
All right, I'm excited to see this strategy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Very quickly, Ben found a semi.
Okay, I feel it. Wow, that is quite sketchy, actually. Huh. Maybe I'm just not close enough?
I haven't really thought about how I want to die, but I know how I don't want to die, and that's in an Insight with you.
Yeah.
As inadvisable as Thorne's tactics were, though, I'll be darned if they weren't effective.
All right, Thorne, maybe I misjudged you, buddy. 68 so far, we're creeping up there.
It's just slowly but surely. It takes forever.
Yeah.
But every time it updates by 0.1, I get like a little bit more excited.
It is a gradual thing. I mean, we're 200 miles into it, so statistics are not going to be rapidly changing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Come on. Almost there.
Downhill.
There we go. And... Hey!
4 hours into the trip, I was the first to need to stop.
I know the stopping somewhere will affect gas mileage, but look at it this way. If I get to pee, that is weight reduction.
All right. Have fun.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna go be dedicated to fuel economy.
You better come back at least a full pound lighter.
Thank you for stopping.
About half? Yeah.
430 miles on half a tank of fuel.
That is crazy.
Big city, huh?
Unfortunately, I can't really admire it because I'm trying to drive in downtown Manhattan with no mirrors.
No mirrors at all. Like God intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, honestly, this is something we've never done in one of our many road trips, is do New York City.
Like actually Manhattan, New York City.
Yeah. You know, like the Big Apple.
Right. Yeah, this is Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Now this is Times Square. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
It's friggin' Times Square over here or something. You know what they should do is advertise here. I bet that would...
a lot of people walking around, a lot of eyes.
Yeah, I bet if they started running some advertisements here...
Okay, there's no way I'm gonna push my way through this crowd.
The sea of humanity. Well, Ben, we made it.
Did it.
We saw it. I think we should take what gas we have left and
Half a tank.
start heading home.
Right on track.
Morning.
So, how are we looking?
It's all right. We are right on schedule. We're at about a half a tank, halfway through the trip.
Because the math says we're not going to make it based on the mile per gallon we've been getting.
I think the math is reading inaccurate data. Speedo could be wrong. Could be reading the wrong amount of fuel going into the injectors. Just got to be a little bit lighter on our right foot. And we're going downhill now. Going south.
I think this is getting easier.
Don't forget your seatbelt.
Although we had irrefutable science on our side, the fuel gauge told a different story.
I see our MPG drop to like 65.
All that city driving.
Yeah.
New York, while beautiful, kind of screwed us.
So we just got to draft a bunch of trucks now.
I don't know, even with the truck drafting, if that's gonna... You only have so much fuel sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, worst case, I mean, I'm still being positive here, but worst case, we've always got the snack box.
We do have the snack box. So, that's, you know, backup.
We'll be fine.
Things were not fine.
Okay, so apparently, once the last light goes out, you have another about 40 or 50 miles to go.
Last light on the fuel gauge.
Yeah, so once that goes out, you got another 40, 50 miles.
But we were still hundreds of miles from home.
What are we doing?
We gotta get everything out of here.
Oh, lighten it up?
Yeah, anything we can get out of here.
We'll just put it in the camera car. Yeah, just put it all in there. Got that bag maybe? Should we pull the cameras out or pull the big one out? We'll just leave the GoPros. Here you go.
Cool. Snacks are staying in though.
Yeah, obviously. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get back to it.
Bro, we just dropped down to 2 bars. We still have 250 miles to go. Hey, can you guys roll up in front of us and just let us trail you?
but at this point, nothing we did seemed to be enough.
Ben, last light just went out. It is currently registering 0 fuel in the tank. I'm gonna get off the freeway so that we don't run out of gas on the freeway.
I mean, we're not giving up now. We're not stopping.
I know. I'm gonna keep going, but I just don't want to run out of gas on the freeway.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
Oh shoot, dude, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. We're going on electric power only, baby.
Okay, all right.
Hold on, I gotta find a place to stop. This thing has no power now. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
CVS parking lot?
Come on, come on, come on. This is all we got. Come on, come on.
We're good.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh, the rolling resistance is like
It's
0.
just coasting, yeah. It's like keeps going.
Dang it, dude. We got 661 miles out of this tank.
That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid.
64.8 miles to the gallon average.
Yeah.
That sucks though, dude. We're still 200 miles from home. This morning I was so confident.
Yeah.
Yesterday when we got to New York and it was only halfway down the tank, I was like,
Yeah.
we're right on the money.
The second half of the tank went down a lot quicker than the first.
Yeah, that first tick on the...
Yeah, the first tick was like 200 miles worth. The last tick was like 20 miles worth.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it's time we open the snack box.
Yeah, okay. Man, you know, a fuel cell was a really good idea.
Yeah, I had a feeling we weren't gonna make it. So we leave for the trip tomorrow, and I have my suspicions that we won't make it. So I'm putting in this 5-gallon fuel cell here. I'm gonna run it basically right into the filler neck of the gas tank, right where you normally fill up gas. I just tapped into that pipe there, and we have a valve here, so I can keep it shut when the gas tank is full. Obviously, you don't wanna overfill it. And then when we run out of gas, you just flip this, and we'll have more fuel, but no stopping.
Wow, that's so cool. You can I can hear it draining, and I can see the level going up.
Probably do this while we're driving, actually. It's not dangerous at all.
No, a rolling refuel.
Yeah, I'm glad we decided to put the fuel cell right on top of the battery pack, too.
The one that says that it will kill you?
Yeah. Over half a tank.
Windows down, it feels nice.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about maximizing anymore.
So this whole trip we've been trying to maximize gas mileage. Let's see how
bad?
How bad, what it goes to when we just drive completely normal.
Flat.
Flat?
Whoa, full assist motor. I haven't felt that yet.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not very good, actually.
Unimpeded by concerns about our range, we were now able to experience the joys of casually commuting in Insight, as well as a few features that we might otherwise have missed.
Low speed torque, though.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's that electric motor, buddy. Dude, watch the assist just like skyrocket. All right, it's only 13 horsepower assist, but it's like 30 torque.
You're driving like an idiot. This is fantastic. This is easy. Honestly, this car is at its best when you don't try and hypermile and you're just like, yeah, I guess 65 miles per gallon is fine.
Yeah, you could drive this flat out everywhere and get 55, you know, maybe.
It's impossible to get bad gas mileage in this thing.
Well, we're back. 800 some miles later, and we have successfully driven an Insight to New York City from Virginia and back. 800 plus miles without stopping to fill up.
We kind of cheated a little bit, barely. We knew we would always make this trip regardless of the mileage that we got, but we still did it. And it was still, we did not stop at any gas stations except for the time that you had to pee, but we didn't get any gas. Yeah, it's a success.
unqualified success.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Honda Insight is the best car.
Best car ever.
20 years ago when Honda was building this thing, they spared no expense, they made no compromise, and it shows. I thought nothing about this car before we did this. Now, there's a big part of my heart that absolutely adores the Honda Insight. This thing rocks.
It's kind of like a sleeper in a different way.
Yeah.
It's the best car ever and nobody knows about it.
It gets slept on heavily by the community.
Yeah.
We were gonna give this car away or sell it or something. I don't want to do that.
No. Sorry guys, it's ours.
Yeah, we both like this car so much. The G&G shop car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you still want a Honda Insight of your own, you can't have this one.
No.
But you can find one for yourself on autotempest.com, almost definitely. They're actually fairly hard to find now.
Yeah.
Most of
Slim
them,
pickings.
yeah, they're all like at least 15 years old, and they never made that many to begin with. But if you're gonna find one, Auto Tempest is probably your best bet because they basically just pull all the results from the entire internet and put them together.
Yeah, so it's been like 16 hours on the road. Kind of tired of driving it. As cool of a car as it is, I'm kind of tired of driving it. You want to take over?
Honestly, not really that much.
No.
Luke, have you driven this thing before?
No.
You want to take it for a spin?
Yeah, sure.
Show him the ropes, man.
Get in there. Get in here.
You're gonna love it. All right. Yeah, just don't open the door.
Yeah.
The Big Apple, huh?
The Big Apple, huh?
Ah, the Big Apple.
Yeah. Because the front end gets light, you can squeak tire.
I'm trying to drink my water. The Big Apple, right?
Ah. The Big Apple, huh? A couple of guys can just come together and tape it up and fabricate a fuel cell in it and get worse mileage than the EPA estimate.
Yeah.
We rock.
we are easily the best car YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Wow. The Big Apple. Did I say that already?
Yeah, you think you did said that already.